Hey, John the Pilot here. If you're watching this video, you're probably trying to save money on internet. I think everybody's trying to tighten their belts right now, especially with inflation and the way things are going. I have a 30-day free trial for the Verizon 5G Internet Gateway. When we were in the store, they said, hey, this is only $25 a month versus what I'm paying for Xfinity right now, which shows on my bill, which we're gonna go over about $90. This is a way for me to save some cash. And they also said that this is supposed to hold up to what Xfinity provides via cable. I'm kind of skeptical, but we'll see. One more thing I wanted to point out, it's not offered everywhere. My neighborhood, I can get this. I only have two other choices between AT&T Fiber or Xfinity. I had AT&T in the past. It didn't work that great. Plus the service reliability was bad, and some of my neighbors have had some interesting complaints about not having service for 2 or 3 days, so that's gonna be no good for me. But anyway, figure we give old Verizon a shot. By the way, you do have to have an account with Verizon in order to get it to the $25 deal. Here's that Xfinity bill. I'm getting the 200 megabytes a second, which is the fast service, $92 a month. Verizon says they can match that at $25 a month. So that's the total, $276 I pay a month for Xfinity. I'm trying to whittle that down because that's a lot. Number one, plug it in. Place the internet gateway on a stable surface as close as possible to an exterior facing wall or a window. See the candidate over there probably. 2, check for a solid white light. 3, connect your devices. Seems pretty straightforward. Okay, quick update. It looks like it's yellow. I don't know exactly what that means. I'm gonna dig into the instructions and figure it out here. Here's the instructions. It says I got a real crappy signal. Upstairs I go. We're upstairs in a different spot, and the fan's starting back up again. There you go, there's that white light blinking. It says it could take up to 5 minutes, so we'll continue to monitor that. I'm gonna run a speed test. Ooh, that's not too good. But anyway, maybe it needs a couple times to settle down. It's crazy, the upload speed's more though. Interesting. Okay, that's a lot more. Okay, I guess it just takes time for it to solidify its network. But I'll run it a few more times here and see what we get. Okay, so there's 102. Let's do it one more time. Okay, wow. All right, so it's increasing. So it's 130. It seems like it has to kind of, I don't know, hook in real good or crap. I don't know. I'm not an IT guy. Okay, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to my old network that I still have up and going, which is Xfinity. There we go. And where I am, I'm not right up close to it, so just to give a fair shake, there's my Xfinity. Here's my iPad, and I've switched to the network. Let's go ahead and test that. Oh wow, okay. 300 and almost 400 megabytes. That's a lot faster. Upload speeds are slower. I'll give it one more test because that was a pretty decent one. Wow, okay. So I'm actually getting a little bit more than I paid for with Xfinity. All right, so 11.8. Okay, so cool baselines. I wanted to test with the Verizon how far that box would travel because I have it centrally located in my house. Xfinity's on the other side of the house. I had to set up another router in order to reach the other side of my house in order to cover all my devices. So I just want to see how we have it set up here. This is Verizon from upstairs, center of the room. Now I'm on the furthest west side of my house. And we're gonna run this speed test and see what it does. That's not too bad. I mean, it's staying consistent. You can see the iPad right there. Right there has got about 2 bars. Upload speed is pretty decent. So that's not too bad. I do have far devices everywhere. I'm gonna switch to my other Xfinity network, which is off of my Netgear. All right, there it is. I got that set up. Let's see how much of a reduction happens because it had to go through the router. Yeah, see, this stuff's hit or miss. I don't know when or how it gets sent. I'm gonna do one more test after this because the Xfinity seems to be lagging on this side. Okay, one more test. Yeah, it seems to be, and it's only right there to right here, and you can see the difference. If you see my other videos, this is a pretty familiar spot. There's my sweet Inspire, but I do have this Rakio, and this is how I control all my sprinklers. I am now connected to the Verizon. It's showing full signal, and we're gonna do a test to see what the internet speed is here. It's actually pretty good for being pretty far away, so I think it's worth trying that. This right here is furthest away from that center room where the Verizon 5G gateway is set up. I'm outside now, other side of the house. This is my Pentair pool setup. I'm hooked up to Verizon. I'm gonna run a test, which would be pretty far, and I'm going through a lot of walls right now. Let's see what we come up with. It's not too shabby, actually. Wow, okay, we're getting 100 megabytes all the way over here. That's pretty decent, so it's pretty consistent. Cool, a lot of upload speed too. All right, let's just do a test again. Yeah, okay, it's beefing up there. It's getting, it may get, okay, it might peak 100. Right now, I'm gonna show you what my Xfinity does because of the closet. I've always been having issues with having connection for my pool from where the internet is. They had to put this weird extension and all this kinds of stuff just to see if we can get more signal boosted to it. So here we go. I'm gonna go back to, there it is. There's my, all right, going over here. That is connected. So this is Xfinity now in the same location for the pool. Ah, okay. I'm gonna do one more test after this though, but there's a significant difference. All right, now it's going up to 160. So, interesting. I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it's like almost like Xfinity knows that I'm trying to lose their service so I can save some money. And they're making sure that they boost their signal real quick for me or something. I don't know. I'm hooking it up to the TV. Find it, there it is. 5 gigahertz. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to YouTube and see how long a 4K video will take to last. Fingers crossed. So far, Xfinity has been blowing it out of the water when it comes to the speed tests and all the different locations. Cool, success connected to the internet. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna do a simple test here. Go into Prime Video. I'm gonna find a movie to watch and see how quick it takes to load.
We made a lot of enemies here. We gotta go. He'll be here.
All right, let's try to find a 4K YouTube video. All right, it's a little grainy right now. Let's see how it buffers. I don't know if you could see it, but it's definitely not 4K. I don't know if it'll take it time for it to buffer and catch up, but we'll see. Man, it's good enough if you need to wear glasses. Just for the heck of it, I went ahead and I set it up to the wired connection I have with the Xfinity. I'm gonna see if I can bring up that same video on YouTube. Oh yeah, I don't know. It is wired. I'm sure it's probably taking a second to catch up, but I don't know if you can tell the difference. There's no grains or anything like that. So yeah, Xfinity is going to be a lot faster. I don't know if you're particular about how you view things. So I'll keep continuing to try it, see if it improves. It is funny though, Xfinity does get choppy like that. Don't get it. All right, switch back to Verizon. I guess further back you really can't tell. However, I don't know if it's 4K. It looks like it may be. Maybe it takes a second for it to buffer, but we'll keep the TV on it. We'll check on it and see how it goes. Otherwise, let's talk about how many devices I have. I don't know. I got a lot of devices. We'll see if the Verizon 5G gateway can handle it. Oh, got one right there. One device. Hi, Shay Shay. 2 devices. This is my iPad. Obviously, this TV that we're on now. Pool setup itself. That's another device. We've got a computer here. We've got a printer here. Another laptop I used to have. Oh, I forgot my MacBook Pro is on there. My wife's laptop, which is right. How many devices is that now? I have no clue. Forget about the Nest thermostats. I got one here and I got one upstairs. Oh, I forgot about this TV. Forgot about the PlayStation 4 that's buried and all that stuff there. We've got my mother-in-law's TV. There's a Roku stick on that. There's the other Nest thermostat I was telling you about. Another TV up here upstairs, so that goes to the tally. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there's one more TV downstairs outside I completely forgot to talk about. That has a Roku on it, so that's another device. Forgot about the Ring security cam. Forgot about the Ring video doorbell. Another Ring security cam. Is above here. I have totally lost count. About my wife's phone, I forgot about my phone that I'm using for recording right now. Hopefully I'm getting a running tally of how many devices that this Verizon 5G network is going to have to handle. And the maximum amount of internet that I saw was about 200 megabytes per second. Forgot, there's one more device on the pool. It controls the landscape lighting. That guy right there. My wife and I are at a beautiful bed and breakfast in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This is going to be the closing of part 1 for the Verizon 5G Gateway review, and I'm going to give it about 10 days to see how it handles all those devices. Please leave some comments and ask some questions so when I make part 2, I can answer a lot of those questions. Hopefully it holds up, 25 bucks a month. Hopefully it works, and that way I could ditch Xfinity so I can save some money. Otherwise, stay tuned also for the awesome review of our trip to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you watching this far. Otherwise, John the Pilot, out! Is it fast?
Is it as fast as Lightning McQueen?
Is it as fast as Lightning McQueen? Yeah?
What is in here?
A bunch of a white box.